Welcome to Conversations with Yemi and Bimbo David. Today we have a lot of things to talk about, especially as it relates to relationships and marriage. We talk about sex, we talk about pregnancy, and anything that is related to that. God will help us today.
Conversations.
I believe our conversations has been a blessing to you one way or the other, right? So always like, always share, always subscribe, follow, whichever one, and let's know how these episodes have been a blessing to you. Today we're going to talk about pregnancies, marriage, sex, relationship, and we'll see where that takes us today.
Conversations.
Let's welcome Bimbo David to Conversations.
Hello, everyone. So, we've been he mentioned pregnancies, and yes, there was a point of conflict sometime in our marriage where um, the pregnancy phase affected, uh, especially sexual intimacies or intimacy. And why are you looking like that? So, we want to talk about, and we've spoken to a number of people that have had similar experiences. Um, Speaking for the woman, let me just go out there, just start. So speaking for the woman, pregnancy is not it's for many women is not an easy phase, right? A lot of things change in the body of the woman. As much as there's an excitement about a new baby coming into the home and the family, but it's also telling on the woman emotionally, physically, her body and all. So sometimes, there are different reasons why it may not, sex is the last thing that the one is thinking
Yeah.
when she's pregnant,
Making
making love and all. That's, for some women, and in many situations, maybe the first trimester, second trimester, whatever, it may be the last thing that the woman is thinking of. So men should
No,
understand.
I think the issue is, and this is what we're talking about. This is to help people prepare. We didn't know. I didn't know. She didn't even know. You get married, you're excited. Um, some people have had a lot of experiences before in terms of maybe sex, but we didn't have that. So, the joy of getting into marriage. So you can imagine the reality of enjoying yourselves, and then suddenly pregnancy shows up, which is a good thing. So I think what we want to also do is to encourage people that are just getting married, especially, to be aware, because for us, it was a big battle. Thank God for His mercy and helps. You're getting married, and then you're excited about marriage, and then pregnancy comes up, which is a thing of joy. But most men, especially, don't realize the other side of it. The reality that, especially if it's the first or second pregnancy, where your wife's body begins to adjust, her hormones adjust, mood, everything is adjusting. So she's not even herself. So just realize that maybe you've been enjoying love making, regularly, and then suddenly something just stops it. That's for like 9 months. For some people, is 9 months. For some people, is 6 months. And then the delivery period, you are expectant. Okay, baby has come, and when you are doing naming ceremony, your celebration is beyond the baby. That we're going to resume action. That kind of thing. And then another thing starts, because breastfeeding, no sleeping in the night. That was even, shall I use the word, more critical than the pregnancy period. You can still manage pregnancy period, but that one, she doesn't sleep in the night, you take care of the baby. And if it's your first child, for instance, if it's a woman that's never had a baby before, which was our experience anyway, which is a great thing anyway, we didn't have, there was no time. So just realize that for somehow, by the time I evaluated it, almost 2 years, you didn't have the regularity. Believe me, I was not myself. I used to get angry, naggy, reacting. But it was when I understood it that, okay, I think we need to get people prepared for this. I want to encourage both parties, even as a woman, if you know that this is the situation and you can still find ways of meeting the needs of your husband. And as a pastor, I've counseled with a number of people. By the time I evaluated it, many people that got into adulterous relationships or distractions, It was that period. They were not themselves. They got, and who wants to, you know, overburden a woman that is pregnant or that is nursing a baby? You don't know about, don't want to, so it's just like, so it's an innocent start. And then if you're not careful, the devil hijacks that. You find that you are distracted. So I just want people to be aware, whether it's your first child or second child or third child, pregnancy comes with its own additions, like, you know, at the very root of it that is needed is the word discipline. Oh yes, discipline, because you can't really blame your wife or another person. It's just discipline. But why should you be disciplined? Don't let what you do in a temporary way destroy what you have in the future. I hope. Why are you looking at me like that?
Anyways, you're right. You know, we have been aware. I think it's also important that we start talking about it even before the wedding, pre-counseling. You know, when they come for counseling, because it's a major issue. I remember that when we were, I think the beginning parts of pregnancy was really tough. You know, but as I settled in, and I was, you know, now welcoming it and all. Then the mind, well, not just general, but even for my husband, there were times when you were cautious. You're like, no, I don't want to disturb you. I don't want.
And if a lot of ladies know that, they should be able to kind of encourage the man to switch back.
That's what I'm saying.
Because when they switch off like that, the devil now tries to give them options.
It's something that they need to talk about, not just with themselves, but talking to experts, in the sense that it was while we were pregnant. I remember that.
Where we were?
Oh, that's what they say.
Okay.
That's what they say.
Okay, while we were pregnant. Oh, I like that. I didn't know. How do you mean, sir?
Both of us were expecting a baby. Is it not? Is it me?
I kick her. Sorry, continue.
It was how I was pregnant that the doctor, you know. Oh my goodness.
We were pregnant. I wasn't pregnant. Don't tell me anything. Continue.
While I was pregnant, see, that's.
I wish I was pregnant. Sorry.
I don't think your wish is when you actually, if it actually happens.
Go ahead, please.
You know, so while during our own season,
yeah,
I remember that it was a medical, you know, advice from our doctor that, you know, no intimacy the first 3 months, allow this thing, because there were times when, you know, we have 4 daughters. And so for some of their pregnancies, or even before them, I had some miscarriages, you know, along the way. So it was instructed by the doctor that keep calm, don't touch her for this number of
and then you'll be shaking your head in the hospital, you know, the doctor will be talking.
What do you want me
you'll be doing like this, and you'll be feeling that they don't punish you again.
No, but you assume that the woman too is not missing the intimacy. That's what you think. That's what you think, that it's only men that want.
No, there's intimacy and sexual.
That's what I'm talking about. Sexual.
Are you saying that when you are pregnant, you also
miss
my intimacy with you?
Didn't I come and meet you sometimes?
I thought it was just to pacify. I thought just to pacify me, not because ladies, especially with the first child, they so love the pregnancy or have a baby coming. Sometimes we men feel that, wow, that's all she likes and wants, which is fine. But we feel unattended to at times.
See that the thing is, I think what happens is that when a couple is pregnant or expecting, they feel that it's only the woman that should learn about the pregnancy. I think both parties, husband and wife, need to read together, because pregnancies are different. There are no 2 pregnancies that are the same. Our first, when I was pregnant with our first daughter, it was even much better than some of our other pregnancies for our children. So they need to understand that when the man understands that, even biologically, you know, there are things that they should know, that this is what is happening in the woman's body.
But I think the woman should educate.
The woman doesn't know. The woman too doesn't know.
Somebody now.
How will she know?
That's the first one.
Even second one.
But she should be able to.
No, that's what I'm saying. That not pregnancies are the same. They're all unique.
Okay.
So both of them still need to sit down together and learn it. So of course the woman may know more,
Yes,
But
yes,
yeah,
yes.
but at the same time, when the man
we're saying that the
understands,
man needs to be encouraged a lot more because he's missing something. He has not this school of marriage
but
and
the woman, you
pregnancy.
guys assume that the woman too is not missing. So it's a joint thing. It's a partnership.
Okay, tell us what you feel.
I've been saying it now.
And how do you give people feel during pregnancy? Just give us a hint.
What do we feel?
Yeah, just give us the
Well,
preamble.
for me, of course, my own situation is unique to
I know,
me.
but somebody
You know,
can pick from that.
So there's morning sickness that happens.
Morning, how do you mean by that?
Remember, when I had most of my pregnancies, I was always throwing up.
Yeah, in the morning.
Not well, they call it morning sickness, but it can happen any time of the day.
Yes.
So that was a big issue for me, and it lasted. So typically they would say maybe the first 3 months, but for some people it lasts longer than 3 months. For me, it lasted longer than 3 months.
Why?
I don't know. We don't, and even medically they don't really have an answer.
But do you pray about those kind of things?
Oh my
Because
God.
we pray about other things. Anyway, continue. It's sickness now. It's really morning sickness.
See that.
Okay, sorry.
I remember I had a conference. I had a book that I read, but there are still some things that are biological. Just like some things are biological to a man.
Like what?
As you're talking about pregnancy, when you're talking about family planning, why is it the woman that they say they should do this? Why can't the man go and do his own family planning and especially if it's permanent, go and cut his whatever? Why is it always the woman they're always telling to go and do?
I don't understand what you're saying. No.
There's a word they call it. Don't be a vasectomy.
Vasectomy. You know what? We should tie what?
Your.
No, I don't understand. Look, I'm a child.
You're ready. You're ready. In front of the you're ready.
See, I don't know what you're talking about first. Is it to tie the thing that will produce this,
the sperm?
That's fine.
And it's permanent.
I think the challenge is
about it. Don't mind. For him because we considered it.
No.
Yes, we did. We did. And I was ready to do it for myself, because me, I said, wait, just wait. And that's okay. Go and do your own. Go and try it.
I'm ready.
He said, go for it. That's what he said.
No, when you said it was like they should cut my thing, and that's that's not right. Nothing. That's not right now. What God gave me. Listen.
Oh my God.